Memenda for Frasa to watch and be live Adom TV so favorite weekend sports show sports arena. Nemrason say ya de tower baby I will be our shame sabre and ye jegwasea and some koso fie ni amanone and ya de ebe gu aye ensenieso ne tese mount ase ye na ophelia san say sports show ye nyane barres ha wo sports show na wo tie sports show na wo smile yes e be show yi na oh hwen now on smile there and then it is from the house. yeah. My name is Super Squad here. Jay Guard in someone live and some kids talk. Fidi Sabria, because it said non doom you know bebono and the sports arena. Jumadi at the by then some bang and yes, share send me banana course we kirimo as usual what we do and they say yes, share we kirimo and some tailor to ja. Nafi ya the ebeso actually now what we yano and so I saw to am what I say ye pa. And I remember we ever called boardroom. I call her and the ever to see my want to say boardroom ye. Then ya call to Kunim so call her. Send to Kunim CT Mobia. Congratulations, sir. Udi 15 odds last week. You did 2 mono. Yeah, my congratulations. Gringo and about last week and this week so Gringo beba. To what try the code to mama. Uchaya utrinkwa and that's where the code betum. I'm a ready. So only group remember that 0249 136744 0249 send higher. Every the link in the man what you say kinky and was me. Then you discard your group to more. Yes, the UEFA Champions League quarter final first leg at home. It be here home last that. If you saw was no, I didn't know second leg in the mobile papa, copium Baymoneke for the Coco Yeti Fia Jeshan Homebock or Aston Emirates, Real Madrid, we asked for some big Real Madrid the film. Say according to history, Madrid in Tumino, Ocopium, Aston Villa, for Copium, Pack the Prince, Echo just show Homebock or near the idea. And you to say, I don't know, the Kankakono. I have something which is the Dortmund. And can say over now. Well, let's see how Dortmund do this because I don't know a bad party idea. And the money interesting is teams are more Airport Champions League in a weekend. You're more it is all called because you are careful. Yes, the Classica is on. Bayern versus Dortmund. Omumi enu na ngwe ya momo. Ti matchi obi abesha ne nyonko bi. Obon be twetwom nice ati careful pa. I was a game. Me be what went wrong for teams to lose and what went right for momo winning and how the second legs no ABC aye. Enti tamuchukuma ye be call Champions League na ko he and 1 year pa. This is good news. The Liverpool fan bia person what no e na atodwa no. Mo Salah, I agree so betna na wabodwuma e de ama Liverpool for the next 2 years and ye hwese Van Dijk de so e ba be wo so na Liverpool for agbena because these two players if you are na be ha Liverpool for year pa enti ye be he no so near the honsam so abrew and then up Black Stars goalkeeper and House of goalkeeper. Or no one Salah did so ya pe. So no so na the INM say na kwano because na value na kosho has and sign a long term, sign a short term na contract na na wi and na wako Black Stars na fi value na shoot to. Obekwa na so on it sa na Benjamin Asare de paying asi krata so na House of ahwe so be bodjuma e de amon monti time choko 2027 kuchu Ben etna ti no e be ko sansem mu yi but there's Ghanaian Premier League this weekend we no can say basically Holy Stars jiremu against Accra Lions ya catch them I say the Ghanaian Premier League is now live on Adom TV tienda ye bro match at 3 p.m. then ochina so ya bro the House of any vision game no it's say no over Ghana Premier League no the Adom TV channel also na esa wo na o feeling yi pa anti channel to sa efa ema me e wo hono na ye kan ya wuti na me fa announcement ntwima na me fa ntwima na sa me ka se na e bi born 3 p.m. na o channel so yi 3 p.m. bia na wa confused kakra e ba cho ye kan kakọ no your favorite tree novella nani o china no emma so no se ya na 3 on na tree novella na koso ya dia no ti emma so 2:30 in fact 2 near chassis proper anyone sana match na chassis inconvenience be bia no now we are chain so this is a match of the day Accra Lions versus Basheke Holy Stars live on Adom TV see I don't know that's the sia wo hwe no then ochina so ya tie hwim na ya de ochina so match no abrew eno ebeye Accra House of Folk our corner vision at the Aquacoboni Empire na edwa many of my phone yes, the super squad, very powerful Kwasare and Mustafa Hajidin. Then, of course, a Koto Kronimudia, Naya Mr. Alfredo Aka on the dia bekoto kurum ni akwa se ne tokurum so esi etie kaisa wode nankasa beka kejuane ho Erica Siedu body mena me di jumade won chiame yem akwa aba Sarah direct show is so na Philip 2 AK47 ayem producer Mr. Sarah tenase dada ti mesha se afide so na fe Dina join abra show no ekoso na ve pa akwa aba I hope so no week in your bad.
It wasn't bad at all. But just see, I'm so to
Charlie.
As will be done.
My goodness.
Unim situation.
Oh, of course.
The capital, Accra.
Come maestro, some well cousins who thought that maestro Yamashiro. Maestro fear what they so munapa. You know, there I want to say this kind of man if you run a son chair. Terrifying the night thing. I don't find this as a banner because of cover before.
You ran a Trinidadian.
Trees what you have could castle better. When I feel saying so to since we'll be idiot about
you. If you run a catch and I
won't
it doesn't make business.
That be dead. Was a whole company was I have come out. Oh, when you're quite bad. I know dear. You know, I feel going to see cows in Debbie. Massa, what you scare you over? That be what you Could you Accra Hano and Casano? I'm for the adrenaline and I'm well, I didn't the open high. I'm so high no. Sutobre.
Now, or Shesenia environment.
Yes.
Yeah, now. Instead of a car, we here a canoe.
Yeah. Say, my sister would do fiano, and you need to know, oh, she miss her, or the coffee. Yeah. That was summer and a match of the day, Dean and Faso and Tennessee. And the match of the day near the Tosoma on Accra Lions up against Bashek, All Stars. So the Ghanaian Premier League is live on Adom TV on weekdays and weekends. As I say, right, no, yeah, I anya some get okra before me say makwa ba ebe ko league ni mu ne pa but be sha sem fanfi ya na mama so gidi ne me spend time on the league because vision for twa wanum I'm the technical director of vision say house of folk to me share vision or ne car no ebe check Gattuso oni Gattuso atonchia so ne car no ebe check Gattuso enti ebe ko that particular game no ya say they want some SCT yeah back from a week of menim say shocking results the results ni bi o ha wotum say yes now here's something which is their power. But yes, now Yemfa and boom. I may be specifically, but these 4 games are bad so no. The other be no fine. Results no dey when e mama pa.
I come my mincha for my mincha production team mincha wan kasana. Mincha me am brother Dean. Na Dean no. The person permit me na me twa na ma on set. And
I'm saying e be pon no. Otu be me film. Yeah, then we we then be we.
That's what thing.
That's what Dean music pa.
That's what. Eriko, the most surprising result, obviously, commercial-wise, game I know, game was where there. Arsenal Real Madrid game. You can't say traditionally, historically, game I know was Bayern Inter. Commercially, game I know be any dasso that Arsenal Real Madrid game. Media mama Arsenal chance. And if Arsenal fans, almost apology, almost send a message, I would apologize. But still, I've not changed my stance. Meaning, say, maybe you give us the opportunity to talk about the second legs. But it was a good game. Arsenal on the day. And Robert Green, analysis. But look, I still think, say,
okay,
Courtois let them down. With that said, Miridi, after the game, he said, the fouls were unnecessary. Courtois kept them in the game at
but back-to-back saves, B.
Yes, show from almost the same angle, similar goals there. I wouldn't pardon the goalkeeper in that. Then the Mikel Merino goal, Madrid were slumbering again. Then that third goal came in, and of course, it was always going to be difficult. And the game that surprised me with the results was that Arsenal, Madrid.
Then the
Bayern, last week I think I said it. I fancy Inter to be Bayern. And Eric could go into the game, not us never Bayern, Inter, it was 3.85.
Where?
To me, I even gave Unai Emery the edge because of his experiences in Europe.
Yeah.
And having coached this PSG team
before.
But once again, I'll go back to Dean. Debut credit to Enrique. Enrique has done a good job. As a January, Enrique was on the chopping board. And tabloids in France say he's not good enough. But you look at team Enrique Befai. He pushed all the ego out of the team. Brought in young players. Vitinha, Joao Neves, Nuno Mendes, Munina, they complement the team. Now it's a young crop of players who are believing that it can be done. And that belief is what is driving them.
Wow.
When you're League A, the focus is on
Our Champions League there so well. Yeah, the chances of various teams going into the second leg. But I'm so body not of fascinating. Yeah, no,
mommy, Aquaba.
Nabi,
But games in a very beautiful games. I really enjoyed. Almost games, no cry. Some now share to like 1 a.m., 2 a.m. and I share other games like Aston Villa game.
The almost my good quarterfinal clash.
Yeah. Even Aston Villa and the PSG game, I work say, oh, Aston Villa there for more than 40 years on board Europe, and you know, game no more PSG, you know. And you know, that is the beauty of the Champions League. Night like that, you know, the excitement, you know, these things. Maybe Aston Villa, maybe another 20 years, but I don't know.
With the coach they have, they can still be back.
So them say Abia. But once Omombo Brano, look at what they are doing in Europe.
Yeah, that's
look at Dortmund last season. Omombo Bra, but they went all the way to the final.
Teams, Aston Villa and the likes, no, they're combining in Europe. If you
their squad quality,
and maybe I'm more league in yes, sir.
Not to catch you, Dean. Sorry to
no.
Villa squad number return is one of the best in England.
Yeah.
So me expect it better.
Okay.
I don't sympathize.
Same is our depth, though.
Me sympathize with Unai Emery. One more depth. Young team quickly. There's Emi Martinez.
One of the best goalkeepers in the world.
In the world.
In the world.
They have.
I think he's the reigning world keeper of the year.
They have Marty Cash. They have.
They are all kind of first 11.
Yes, they have Ezri.
Then after the names you are mentioning, who else?
Oh, of course. Then I make Yuri Tielemans.
Yuri Tielemans at the point of coming name himself because Liverpool or City.
Camara.
Top.
Look at their even their attack. Rashford, Asensio,
Champions League winner, Oli Watkins,
Morgan Rogers. Yes. Mention them. Oh, good squad all round. You know me expectation for them is big.
Then you take Asensio. Apart from Asensio, why and the word experience?
Rashford is there.
Okay, thank you.
Rashford is there.
Okay, so Asensio, Rashford. How many of them can you mention again? Then maybe Emi Martinez because of the World Cup exposure.
They might be good, but when it gets here, now big boys.
But sometimes I psychologically, you know, I know players they are not up there. They might be exceptional players. In terms of a real
results, they are in one.
Results I me 1-1. I think Real Madrid. Not that Arsenal, because I said Arsenal, you are not going to beat Arsenal. But just the scoreline. I thought it could be 2-1 or 3-2, 1-0. And
scoreline too huge.
Yes, and they're huge. For the results, I said it here last week. Say, you are not going to beat us now, especially with Emirates. Whether they were going to win or they were going to draw, I only said you are not going to beat them.
Yeah, I think I remember.
But just at the 3-0, and another a then if you go into the game, I think so. Osha game very well. You realize that I'm managing on WAPI because of where Real Madrid is coming from. I've said injuries are part of the game. Maybe one person say team be play me. I always say my play be empra. Team be obia so that nobody will have an excuse.
I know they will only see it in a simulated world.
That is it. But at the end of the day, yes, at the end of the day, yes. But if you watch Real Madrid last season, now share Real Madrid this season. This is yesterday Champions League. Say they will not be second time lucky because the injuries are Madrid for in your last season. You know, I said, and that is the beauty of the game. For Real Madrid, they played so well, especially in the first 45 minutes. They were able to contain Arsenal in the midfield because Madrid midfield a little bit depleted. You don't take one of the top 5 or maybe top 3 best midfielders, convert him into a right back. When Valverde is the best midfielder for Real Madrid.
Madrid in that game, you know, in the middle, no, change the other man. Right
and I'm saying he's the best midfielder for Madrid.
Very good guy.
Only watching midfielders now for
Modric.
Modric is
he's in a class of his own.
Yes, and at this age, you know, what do you expect from him again? As someone else intra,
right.
So if you look at the midfield, you don't take your best player from the midfield, and It took me back to 2008 when we hosted the AFCON, when we took our best player because of a red card to centre back, and we lost the next game in the semi-finals. And see, and no Madrid for Majidi say affect you. And the biggest challenge they are going to have in the second leg, which when we go, we will discuss, is how they are going to handle the midfield. Because game, no, they lost it in the midfield.
Okay.
Honestly, they were not able to contain Arsenal. And Arsenal, for the way Pate boy, no, he was so robust in the midfield.
Solid.
And when my dream Coco see as someone who can about Declan Rice, I think that guy is an exceptional player. Not me underrated. No. Forget about the free kicks. No, I'm just looking at the contribution in the game, in the composure, how to me handle and
on the day, you know, Pate freed everybody in the Arsenal.
So sometimes we hear on the board the base of the midfield.
He freed everybody.
Until we hear will be a good and Pate kind of.
But didn't Madrid make them look that good?
They did.
Because their midfield was all over freedom, especially in the second half. And the sort of aggression now Pate, but the player that could have matched his aggression was at your right back.
And you're non Kwampo if they had Chomeni. And if they had Chomeni in the midfield.
So coach of his caliber, yeah, Queen, my son said, no, Charlie, I don't know. See,
in-game
sometimes when teams they go away, Sabowe, Sanka team ni now or to say, Ebia, apart from say Kamavinga, any available, no, Sanka Kamavinga or no mubu fear. Kobenya confidence about Brantia, your friend Vasquez, or right back. No, we have.
Kamavinga was in there. You go catch your many.
Yes, no, I'm talking about Kamavinga will not play in the second leg.
Okay.
Make us say, "Would you find so many now in the first leg?" No, Sanke your first leg no mobo or Banabawa. Kobenya confidence. I the Brantia friend of Avadi, Vasquez, Akobo right back.
Vasquez with his experience. Well,
no,
mistakes or but
the fans no crampono. The one be you did in so for no. He will be more relaxed, more comfortable.
Too experienced, say. Or maybe show me another.
What did Ancelotti do? I think he doubled up that side with Bellingham.
Yes,
as support to Alaba, right?
Yes, our left.
On
the left. And what did Rodrigo back this side? Ebe support.
And Rodrigo was off.
Yes, he was
clearly.
off.
And
yes,
you see,
so they played like a 4-4-2.
And that Madrid connection. You see, Arsenal knew what to do. Stop Vini. Curtail Mbappe's runs. Strategic.
Yeah.
Then let's do what we do best. Boss the midfield. And ensure we are taking our chances.
That's all.
Many say in-game management came to play in that game. How do you neutralize your opponent? And Ancelotti didn't get it right on that day.
You won't always get it right. The last season when he played that masterful game at Etihad, that is not a typical Ancelotti style.
So what is
Ancelotti defended 120 minutes, go to the penalties, and won the game. But Ankaebia or Pinapa, would have lost the game. But he was able to manage the game.
Manage the game.
The
how away. I mean,
yes, that team started here. Now the team we are starting here. You could still say, although they had injuries, this one is more depleted side. I'm not taking any credit from Arsenal. No. Okay, because I've been on the side of Arsenal. Said they were going to win.
And it's one of the games Amache saw that literally Ancelotti was scared.
Yes.
And Ancelotti gave Arteta too much respect.
Yes. Nah, my boy.
Paris PSG
for the PSG sub coach in the only stand me and when you are playing against him, it is Aston Villa. Like I said, Aston Villa for more than 40 years they've not played in Europe, and PSG recently they were in the final and they've been knocking. This season almost 30 years, so man starting the year.
I like that.
Yes.
That consistency has been there.
The more I will call when you the more and idea back
now
Ben idea back Enrique Ayad and say
Aston Villa to me magic.
Inter have qualified. Real Madrid will qualify.
Which of the games is over?
We win the first leg and never qualify.
Okay, so Arsenal is qualifying, Paris Saint-Germain, Inter Milan. So Bayern in Tinin Yebibia.
Bayern the return leg no crowd could be to make the better.
Yeah, tricky about those two teams. They say sometimes your winning first leg doesn't get to qualify.
Yes.
But this will be different a bit. Because at the San Siro, says Simeone person bought all defensive, but you can't play. That is the difficulty with this.
But you have a brilliant striker in Harry Kane.
And after the game, when they were media and also a soprano, that's Sita.
Yeah.
Our Messi.
But you know the German.
But Kane would want to make amends.
Will he, and can he
want to make amends? But look, Weibo,
I can't even trust it too much.
Obo Ashebi, Bastoni. Even when you don't want to play Ashebi, Inter have Bisek, Jan Bisek.
Yes.
Another solid centre back.
Next week, Barista, no be on the last. No be on the last.
I could be see what Ben about.
My goodness.
You see what
And I feel you won't go for.
Yeah,
say below 18 on my stadium. Below 18. And above 60.
Adrenaline.
Go and did never pass on. And the stadium will be covered 2 hours to kick off.
Oh, easy.
Even before the Abrontain, Arsenal presented similar atmosphere. For the first time in so many years, me who Arsenal, Tifone, and Madrid.
It's not
now, director, if my video is ready, on Wednesday, on any day is a big game. And suddenly results not so quiet, so I a big game. So Real Madrid they bought against Arsenal at the Bernabeu. On Wednesday, you're quite dance, man. Me person on my venue, that is where I be launch it. That's FM, Adom TV, UCL Fun Day. I remember on the 31st. That is the final. No, I did the Bati Havana. That is why we go to say a pop series. Warm up to that great day. It's a bell launching on Wednesday. Yes, our HR residence. Yes, HR residence rooftop lounge. Our dance man exhibition. Director, if my video is ready, we'll be remember. This is it. My goodness, what might be a this is where you call launch it. UCL Fun Day. You know, Real Madrid Arsenal. Commentary near the Fiaba. We na Mumicha. Robert, papa. And the Empire na a drop me patrol. Yena ye baby PMO. Our rooftop lounge. Our HR residence. I want to video note. When we need to go.
I'm salivating.
Brother Yankopon. Video note to the entire HR residence. This is the HR residence. We have so HR residence. A so. And you did commentary, but you bet Jim
rooftop.
It's Wednesday, Malaysia, our HR residence. Yes, Empire Nedra. That's so exhibition, rooftop lounge, Empire Nedra. Yes. So now, quick one on Liverpool.
Empire
Nedra. If it doesn't best, it will crack. Now, good news for every Liverpool fan. And I don't know how Liverpool bet that sorry now I say Salah call. I don't know how that fans they be taking. Well, it would get there. And then they do us that crow. Salah would leave because Ronaldo cry Real Madrid. Messi cry Barca. It's in the basic back. Nasa Tabi the next to me, you know. Now no bad Now he's finally signed.
I saw that situation at a point in time, not a year before. From how the Salah renewal was being handled. Why? Liverpool fans be brave. They said Salah has paid his dues for the club, especially coming from that Chelsea team or struggle, going to Italy and then finding his feet with Roma after playing for Fiorentina as well, and then being transferred. Klopp didn't ban. That fans be brave. Because they saw his first thing at Chelsea.
At Chelsea.
He rating. But it's been a second different story for Mohamed Salah at Anfield. It's not contra dragon, not me at a point before, even as a neutral. And Arne Slot didn't have a lot of power in this because he's not a manager now.
Okay.
He's a first team coach. Salah stayed for me, one, because of his family. And he stated it categorically. Ne mama you an any Liverpool. I could say a Liverpool. I make question ne mama you an any Liverpool. Secondly, he's chasing that record. 260 goals. 180 something.
Brutal.
I don't think he can break the Alan Shearer record. But the rate at which he's going, at least, Ebi Obefi Liverpool no. No, that either second and not third. And he's even close to Hurricane has 213 goals. He's second on the slot, right? So if even that Hurricane record, he's looking at it. He wants it. Other players in Sua are renewing contract. are a reason for Salah to stay. And one of them is Virgil van Dijk.
Van Dijk. So Van Dijk has shown so uncle.
When you have Virgil van Dijk in this Liverpool team, and you are forward, it's not like Man United fans are. You see, so you look at the team, and there's that guarantee that certain players are on your build it. Glory with, they are still there. That is another factor. And the last factor is that is the ferry. What was your
about down?
The Anfield.
This is it. See, Anfield
do Salah. And I'm happy for an African. Psychologically, African. They're not African. They're shenanigans sometimes. But I'm happy, say, an African has gone to Liverpool, has gone to the Premier League, and he's taking center stage.
This is good
that
for Liverpool.
Alone for me is good. And the numbers will come.
I will continue.
Barring injuries, Salah, he's shown over the years that he's very prolific.
My goodness.
On that flank, he's paid his dues. It's 2 years worthy of it. And he will repay that fee.
Charlie.
That they have
What's up? Salah is staying.
I think this is a deja vu. Yeah. I also think next season he might not have the season I'll have this season.
Why? Age?
A lot of factors. Apart from age. The Liverpool team next season. And yet it's this season team na yehu.
A bit diminished now.
Maybe so I be so. But in the form Nankasano, he will not have this season again until so be free Liverpool.
It depends on the recruitment. That's lots of baby. For now the team, they say, oh, buy one shot down you now, or any team who will be a modern ball as a same and all that.
You've seen how the last couple of games, Liverpool were able. Next season they will be better than the couple of games here. But they might not be exceptional like they are this season. Next season, a few teams will come up. I'm expecting to see another Manchester City. I'm expecting to see Arsenal give them more competition. I'm expecting to see Man United because I believe that Ruben Amorim will be given the opportunity at least to sign a few players.
And players were fun.
Not to best job. Me and Man United fan.
Yes.
The system now, Ineos for the run. They are not ready to go for the big guys as replacements. They will keep buying young.
Well, but but there are young guys who are good. You don't think you will get a younger goalkeeper or better than Onana?
Goalkeeper, there's almost Martin Zion Suzuki.
No, make us say no, but there could be another goalkeeper.
Onana, dear, I used to root for him, Bawasan. Maintain players as them. But he's shown clearly, say, psychologically, he can't handle the Man United situation.
No, and in that game, what they bought the show? Europa League game.
Yeah, set club no 8 million buy 80 million at the quarter player. That means the club can spend. So we have to look at the kind of
I'm
recruitment.
not saying they won't spend. I'm saying they won't spend and get us the fans' favorites. Who be some Man United fan here to see say striker Ben Alpa. United fans will mention Osimhen.
Okay.
Why don't you break bank and go for him?
Per report. How much will OCM cost?
Break bank and Rico can.
Osimhen, how much will it cost?
And do you know how United would have broken the bank if they had gone for the Qatari ownership?
Charlie,
it wouldn't have been enough for this.
How much would Osimhen cost?
Realistically,
now Osimhen is less than 100 million.
Yes.
He should be around 70 million because of taking out Koeno. But this is a United that are spending more than 80 million to buy Anthony. And you think they cannot buy the guy?
Time, now you'll be for then.
Well, there's new leadership now.
Okay, so you are looking at the new leadership.
Yeah.
United are called Leandila. Ipswich Town.
Charlie. But no, I'm not sure Amorim man assurance is beyond or by. Say me banner and
They will buy.
They will buy.
They will buy. Because Liverpool were American owners. Just like Intino.
No, if you want it, and United is known so post striker or Bogo Samano to win the league and all that.
I believe they will buy. Because manager to come in the middle of the season to Ababe Juma to say Manchester United.
But it was a take or leave after.
Yes. I know there will be so many assurances. There are backroom assurances. Be on my manager.
Oh, you change things.
All right. Okay.
More to come on the show. Ebeko Boardroom. Minister Mustafa Jadin will stand by. You buy Ebeko Boardroom. And Tokrumu so horum. But the Ghanaian Premier League is on this weekend. Makachi will say live at Adom TV. So, in telenovela, I had brought 3 p.m. And I cost 3 p.m. Watching also 3 p.m. The omnibus new in because of the Ghana Premier League in Tino. Masso. Yes, yeah, Shania, the Abra Pioneers, some Ketchup. Rebecca Boardroom, your bar, near face. So, Benjamin Asari's contract, Rebecca Munia, then those games, they're Basso, Ned Wachina, in the Ghanaian Premier League, you know, ever na Yabu Bosso Amoate, same Amoatia, say ye pa. Kejuana Cassan, Erica City, where we go so, Nadine, and a V party, a Konya so, you train, Mama, you better to us, sports arena. Right, fantastic. Welcome. Yes, I'm Wakwaba. At the sports arena, so you quickly and call boardroom area because there's a lot to talk about the Ghanaian Premier League. And you already and Dean at our boardroom. I catch you about HR residence, our Dansuman exhibition, rooftop lounge. It's mommy in share. Macamon, then I'm a you honka crash on you, feel it too. Bell launch the Adom FM and Adom FM and Adom TV, UCL Fan Day and so on. The time you could in. Over to you.
Last week, we got a signature. Timu who and I say I feel you ever more. I'm on your map and the Champions League final. It will go to Spain. No,
I
feel best I could Spain.
Spain for me, you know, dear.
You better call one to let you have the best at if you're busy. Nah, Upper coach and as why I shall pay Papa way because of midweek we game of Coco Boy. Not only midweek we game and Casa this season and Casano. As Ancelotti na so ayɛ kakra cause what na film Valencia be share team a on share since David Villa more time around 2008 ba be share wo fie Valencia or struggle maka say open team ba ko I say ye ton kra na ye Jiffy Peter Lemon sama Valencia no ba be share then this man did the magic midweek player wabo more than 330 games in his career on share one free kick kra one beautiful night. One beautiful Tuesday night about brace. And minim says our game after the game no interview here. Or seen a real feeder. And I understand. Because when you play
one set piece coach
Nicolas Jova, you babe can ask him. Yeah. And we are one person oh yeah, that beautiful night. Definitely when you go home you will feel relaxed. But if you man ankasa no more on the return leg.
And the clan rights or permanent money be.
Or perbi one.
Or permanent money.
Oh, okay.
So what you say?
Me. And the don't know to me about brace, you know.
And Chiri.
Another frustrated player. In fact, it was a terrible night for him. When who game no so. And said sometimes I have a partnership no our midfield in the county. Because it was more on you more vibe when you have the Valverde's there, when you have the Chomeni there. Obia when you rule specific rule will be play. But when you have the Luka Modric, Modric will not give you that energy here in the midfield. They will not give you that strength here in the midfield. Because in the game now, it's about energy. Arsenal, 3 players. The oldest player, what team no, I have branch friend Thomas Partey. And Thomas Partey is not to the base of the midfield. And when you are playing against them, definitely the pressure will be there. What's your statistics out for the buy after the game? This is Arsenal apart from their 3 goals in the corner, but expected goals near 1.51, 0.5 for Real Madrid. Real Madrid, nothing seemed to be working. 3 shots on target. Arsenal airborne 11. And I say more botibu koto so it could have been like 5-6-0. Yes, he might have made a mistake, resulting in the goal. But also the kind of saves, number of saves are here in the game. Ebian Kenya on one Arsenal for Ebia results when Kenya no year can. But this is Real Madrid. You don't underestimate them. This is the Champions League. When you are playing against a teamer, what you be paying? Not even Real Madrid alone. When you are playing against a teamer, what's so trophy you be paying? On the boy say you're very careful because playing against those teams, because of that experience, you know, even when you go to their locker rooms and they say trophy rooms, now it's a Champions League trophy ball at the psychological aspect is different from what Wunji be there. And Arsenal just 2006, they were in the final, they lost to a Spanish side. And people don't want to meet the Spanish side because the Spanish side know how to play the final. They've been dominant in the last 30 years. Look at this. Madrid did new. Maybe I saw my attack It is all red. And Arsenal dominating and they scored their first goal, second goal, third goal. And baby attack, no sahakra, and from attack, that's a small counter attack. Pa! And the result in the Cameroon no go. And they dominated the game. Every aspect of the game, Arsenal were on top. And I wasn't surprised after the game, if you listen to Carlo Ancelotti, or can say game ni there, no krenya mi enimi nsuo bowa, na waka say ebo. Men can say bia, yes.
Arsenal the better.
They knew very well, say Arsenal were the better side. If you look at this, where expected goals, you know, baby, Madrid ye nam. See, and you look at Arsenal. If you look at the graph, you see, say Arsenal, like every aspect of the game, it was about Arsenal.
Yeah.
And Madrid were also very careful because when you are playing against a team, you're very good when it comes to counter attack. They are not the best counter attacking side in England because there is Bournemouth, there is Nottingham Forest, there is Liverpool. Liverpool are all rounder when it comes to counter attacks in England. Ye breaky transition, BBR is about Liverpool. But the likes of Arsenal and so on, if you look at this is the heat map, and a pass map. When a heat map, no. If you look at the pass map for Arsenal Real Madrid there is something synonymous about this and what happened the last time they played against City. On say no map passing in never far. I say side and side. They were not able to go forward that much. Look at it and look at Arsenal. And there is one player here who is Bukayo Saka. That means most of Arsenal attack, no. Nobody born fire.
Yeah.
See, and if you look at Real Madrid, you know, and I say so who play on Namha. This is Kylian Mbappe. A player can so lead the lines and then corner Namha baby no. He is here. Arsenal don't have a player map passes in baby and here and her because this is Mikel Merino and I will tell you why once we go forward. And the beautiful thing about this Real Madrid side is when they started the game and they realized and your mom bed thing at their mom no our rings no almost started so mobile 15 about ball. So Arsenal were also very comfortable because Arsenal strengthen their rings. So when you are playing against a team on only strength your rings, and that's how you rings in the manner. That's what they want. That's how they want to dominate. And to which a pass map, now they show baby Arsenal for the red. It was quite obvious. Arsenal felt very comfortable when Madrid a crowd or midfield and they left the room for them to do their work. And the midfield, I told you about Arsenal's Declan Rice and co dominating the midfield because Madrid had tight legs. If you had somebody like Luka Modric playing the midfield, you are always comfortable. This is Kylian Mbappe. If you look at this picture very well, this is how Arsenal's Madrid started. Now Madrid started here, no. Mbappe and lead the lines. You know, Vini, Eton Chain, or Kamavinga, Moni Rodrigo, Emu. Then they brought Luka Modric in the center of the pitch. That's the midfield. So that on to make oversized responsibility as to so be distribute two ball, no they call left or they call right. And then no na kwa solely Luka Modric role. And you know say he's good when he's doing that. When he's in his element, they were able to make distribute two ball. No. And this is how Madrid wanted it. But when they started the game and they were playing, Omukoko do baby and realize this no. They were Arsenal for a position on players. Yes, on my jam say be a midfield near Moon crowd and social picture where us Madrid for no. Omo crowdo midfield ni say because they didn't like a branch your friend Thomas Partey. No mo mpese Declan Rice. No mo mpese Martin Odegaard who is a very good passer of the game no. Able to make use midfield and to try rating after the game you Arsenal for no the worst player and the performance and Sweeney na a branch your friend Martin Odegaard onya 6.6 rating. Arsenal players no bia nya more than 7. Onu kwa nya 6.6. Enti onu ni rule na nkasa de Madrid were very good. They were okay, omu neutralize no.
He was limited.
He was very limited. But Sana enyo no nkwa Arsenal for were different. You're from Arsenal. And Arsenal no omu were different idea how they were going to use the guy, and I said they were going to use other players to neutralize the Real Madrid for intent, and I said tactics are coach in the buy. They played the game to some place, and you realize that Obiti said Federico Valverde. Edu baby, next on one casampo, etubeba join me for Nakaka no moko three back. But when they realized that the pressure was too much for them, the guy had to go back to his right back role because he had the ball far on a shower. You know how the Madrid fans will deal with you. So that was what they were experiencing. Now, if you look at this picture very well, they left a lot of space our wings in the Malmo because Madrid dominated midfield. No, there were a lot of space our wings. This is Abrante friend Bukayo Saka. This is Alaba. There was so much space. So there's baby away there, next baby away there, next baby a Kylian Mbappe who is a forward. Anke so ko eni menu tina sa map no pass map no unhu ye na ebi enim ho because that is baby ananke so who say Kylian Mbappe eda be hwe baby a wo hwe sa map no hwe say na ko say infinfin na ball ne da because Kylian Mbappe entumi enya that supply anko hia we enim ho na ode ball na kwa kwachenti tembia no obi anke so oda ha omo be start ball no nka se mri anka Vini nam ha no ke se Mbappe nam ha no this is Mbappe falling too deep because the supplies weren't coming. And Vini was left all alone. This is Rodrigo. Rodrigo had to retreat because Nipa no ball right back from Federico Valverde. No, he's not a natural right back, and you are playing an away game. Into so limited omo now for me na be no support. If you look at Real Madrid's style and you compare to what they played last season, what they boy Real Madrid last season they played against a City side and no very comfortable. So mo at the ball from left, right, left, right, left, right, and Madrid didn't give them so much space to be crossing the balls. And to ball na City ball last season in no na your midfield and the Madrid defending so deep to the extent say na e man ye din say club from the Manchester City able to penetrate but this game Madrid then defending so deep just that they were not good enough. They gave them space, Arsenal space to attack, they gave them space to operate, just that omu ye very careful so make continue on the midfield but on the flanks it didn't work. This is Mikel Merino, a player me say when it comes to big games, he's shown it for Spain, he's shown it for baby or Wobia, he's shown say once you underrate him, he will punish you. Naturally a midfielder or no midfielder, you're converting when you say be a forward in pool. Now you're converting as a force number 9 because Spain for you know as force number 9 when they went to the Euros. And the guy played very, very well. When the crucial goal or share the ball more they qualify. Look at Mikel Merino when they are attacking. Look at Declan Rice. Look at Odegaard. Into Elementi Odegaard quite influence in the game. And look at Bukayo Saka. He was able to push the players up front. Look at Martinelli. Into this angles are now for Nisu from here. Either they are targeting this man or they are targeting this player. Because someone say yes, in they are more crowded, but on the rings, you know, and why I ask now for strength. That is why I had problem with Ancelotti. I think so we able to meet a crowded midfield. No, we should have thought about the rings. Because everybody are watching Arsenal for game throughout the season. Arsenal for almost strength upon air rings. And positioner or more pretty more air Bukayo Saka rule. Or share pass map now. Arsenal still Ancelotti every year quiet here himself Arsenal for Bukayo Saka honomo. A honomo use more. But we still sat down and allowed them to use the Bukayo Saka rule more. See, this is Bukayo Saka. And you allowed him to play Mikel Merino because the guy is not a typical number 9. Until one said pass, you know, and shut down front and say uncle because Real Madrid were able to dominate these areas. You look at Real Madrid. This is the Madrid, you know, and this is Kylian Mbappe. Mbappe should be somewhere around here. Now come to me say ball near see an answer from this side, but they didn't get it that way. And you might have played very well, you might have done everything well in the midfield, but you let a lot of gas and the wings, and these guys were able to punish you. Madrid will go into the second leg, hoping so make me overturn in Yoma. Madrid can overturn things. In fact, if I'm giving somebody percentage, make Mama Madrid for 10-15% so make qualify. And I'm giving them that chance because this is Real Madrid, the most successful club in Europe. But the problem is Madrid ain't move over 10 3-0 deficit since 1975. And in 1975, they played against an English opposition. They played against Derby County. Derby County was defending league champion that time. And see, there's still that chance that Madrid will to qualify. And what I love about the Spanish teams, and it's almost the English teams, so generally, you assess, yeah, Spanish teams, they play better, they do well than the English teams. When they meet them in crucial games, they beat them, and the English know it. And see, when you are going to meet a team like Real Madrid, or no system competition, everything is possible. But the question is, will Arsenal score?
Okay.
Arsenal measure. Because Osha Madrid, now Osha Arsenal 14 years. Me Cameroon no mu use as a force number 9 no. Osha the way Arsenal for try some be protecting no, especially in the midfield because guy is join the midfield na so ba. Arsenal for to media lot of space the mamo. Do you know why? Because they believe that Abrante aye friend no center back, the German guy, Rudiger. He's one guy who has started playing. He enjoys playing now. Playing like a Gerard Piqué, playing like a Sergio Ramos, who wants to come forward, and he leaves a lot of loopholes, gaps. You are playing against a young Asensio. You need to nurture the ball in kakra. You don't go forward and leave the back and from a young player to manage the back. And so they were very comfortable. If you listen to Mikel Arteta, even after the game, also catch and say, man, on relax it, they will definitely make a mistake. Or when they were free, so pay, and they left this man to score that third crucial goal. Okay, counter attack by your mode share. You definitely blame the centre back partnership. Where were they? What were they thinking? The guy was coming. Who was marking him? Because I saw when you back connection, say, who is marking the young man? You left him. No. Madrid will score. And I know Madrid will score at least 2 goals. But I have come to understand these 2 centre backs. The Kiro guy and William Saliba. Honestly, I say William Saliba no, or a world-class centre back. He's one of the best centre backs we have. Yes, I understand. He's a very good centre back. But time on it, Abrante Ubabe partner no, I was a bit skeptical because I was like, this is a team Mbappe, Rodrigo, Vini Jr. You don't expect say Jakub Kiwo partner William Saliba, then you get results. But the guy was very composed and he played very, very well. If their return leg, just 60% of what they showed in the first leg, I'm telling you, Madrid will struggle to score a goal. But at the Bernabeu, there's one thing about the Bernabeu. The fans will be there. The stadium is bigger than what they saw at the Emirates. The Spanish teams, they were chanting, and Madrid, they were that history. They have the psychological edge over Arsenal. I don't know how these 3 guys are going to fare in the second leg. If Madrid want to win the game, I think Madrid has some neutralizing wings, for Arsenal. The role of Bukayo Saka is some more carteno. Gabriel Martinelli is some more carteno. Leave Cameroon alone up front. If the supply doesn't come, he can't score. And upon goalkeeper ni saves ni nyina Arsenal and Shada and threaten on center backs in this hour. Chances na Arsenal for nyano. Na if you rings because omuja rings no too exposed.
Okay.
And it's Arsenal. Walk to me as stop from the rings. Carlo Ancelotti to me here do man stop from the rings, which I expect him say or the Vasquez on the right. You are playing at home. So relaxed. Don't be worried. Allow the Vasquez to play on the right. Then bring Valverde to the midfield. Sir, Madrid team way. Almost strength year 2. Omo attack and omo midfield. In the last 2 years, omo defense no ni nyina mbo mu. But midfield dey omo tanya omo attack no so ever present, ever green. So make sure say we strength ni dey oba keep men weaken wo strength no. That is your midfield and your attack. So bring Valverde to the midfield. Add him to Jude Bellingham. I don't know who is going to partner him, but I'm sure definitely Abaya Brantia, your friend Luka Modric, and not Denebabo. Into Bellingham, Valverde, and Luka Modric. If you have them, our midfield, now Una Vasquez, our right, sacrifice. You are playing at home. The pressure will definitely be on Arsenal. Arsenal will defend. They are not going to play like they played in the first leg.
Well, Arsenal,
don't forget, Arsenal will play like they played against Manchester City. Arsenal will play like Real Madrid played against Manchester City last season.
Okay, all right.
That's how they want to do it.
Okay.
So sacrifice and play Abrante with our right back. When you are able to play this guy on the right back, you are assured, say, because of the experience and because of fans, you know, the way I'm turning into, you know, definitely pressure and banner. So he'll be relaxed, he'll be well composed. Then put somebody on Thomas Partey. I think they have to put Valverde on Thomas Partey. Yeah. Partey is one. Partey, I'm a man who's as a style of play, you know, similar to the Jorginho, the Pirlo, and the Busquets more kind of base midfield role, no?
Okay.
Side defensive midfield now, and yet kick, you know, as a very calm, very composed. So put Valverde on him. I want to see Ancelotti put Valverde on Thomas Partey. If he's able to do this, I'm telling you, Arsenal will be a little bit shaky.
Oh, wow.
Yes. I know Arsenal will score. Because Madrid, I'm a trainer away anymore. They will definitely score. Madrid will score at least 2 goals on the night. Madrid will score 2 goals. But Madrid they will definitely bend down. And if you are not careful, Arsenal will be more doggy. That's my problem.
Hey. What's that?
Because they will bend down. Because once you score, and to say space will have, and Arsenal will give them doggy.
Now
Arsenal will score.
First in OAB. First in I'm wearing and say OAB.
Credit in no. Papa wait na. O kai say papa we be kan na asem say Ateta free city no and how mo te say papa we na e how mo. Issue we e ko Abu Dhabi nyina ma ye frɛ ho meeting. Say Nicolas Jova. Arsenal for abefa no. On a set piece coach no. Na City didn't have any problem. Omo na omo ko no. Who didn't have any problem until say omo kokko fa papa we 10 pass omo the papa we ba Arsenal. And the City for Coco Paye and issues are Pep Guardiola and Mikel Arteta we no a papa with Nicolas Jova we in a this issue no by up to now I hear Guardiola ya no one that's Arsenal I hear very good when it comes to set pieces. On set pieces, you know, yes, Madrid did well, defended it very well,
right.
But they were never a threat to Arsenal.
Okay.
Arsenal is very relaxed, very composed when it comes to dealing with set pieces. If Madrid will score, definitely will not come from set piece.
Okay, right.
Maybe it will come from a counter attack. I know Madrid will score, but Arsenal will definitely score.
Wow. So prediction there then?
Arsenal will go through, Madrid will win.
Madrid will win, but Arsenal will go through. Okay, and the doggy will happen.
It will definitely happen.
What should I say? What's that query? What should I say? Right. Dean, you better ask somebody I call. Boardroom. Very soon, you better go to Krudi Makohead. And you were last week 15 odds with the Yamin Shao. Right, Vipa, this weekend the Ghanaian Premier League is on our screen. Accra Lions, Basakene, 3 p.m. And Basso. And Utumun say yes, Ampaya. Na Ija Sante Kotoko. Any be United. And the live feed of the Accra Lions, Basakene, but you know, Adom TV. So, Ochina, Pacho, visionary to focus on the Bebro. Carolina Adriana Stars, become Chelsea out of Lions. Gold Stars, Young Apostles, Legon Cities FC, Samatex. We send here Fisher City this weekend. You become Fisher so but Asari assigned 2 more years for Hartlepool guys. Yes, we power.
Great news. I think the Hartlepool didn't want to risk it too much. Initially, a 1-year contract, and the age was a factor. Sometimes, you know, certain decisions, you know, we are fun. I won't tell you, but if you look at certain key factors, it makes sense. Footballing sense, and that is exactly what Hartlepool did. But Asari has shown, say, one player they can depend on for years to come. He's 32, right? And goalkeepers, their age is not problematic. Of all the figures, he's one in the goalkeeping department. He's one that has shown that he can lead that department and even the team on the field.
Yeah.
You know, he's come with a lot of leadership quality. It's only befitting, say, Hartlepool, I renew the contract. One thing I mean with Hearts over the years, they have let a lot of great players go free. For free. And then Nyomonkwa Kotoko is also one team you can point a finger at. Say players before no pick here, they leave for free. And Medi sending influence Hearts for them to give him a 2-year contract. For Asari, if he sees life beyond the Ghana Premier League, he's free to dream. But clearly at Tasofok, he's become a fan favorite. And almost better for long. But in contractual issues. I don't know what has gone into this contract. ABS, Obi, there was a video making rounds that said, or to Momon Toka.
Well, I've heard news about
Momon Toka.
Say
because I mean, Tasofok. And yet, so moon to me yet.
I mean, they are big boys who are to folk.
And you see, Eriko, Asari's rise has been meteoric. Again, what few Olympics. And when you follow a story.
But I ain't telling in a context.
Yes, I ain't telling in a context. Yes.
Yeah.
But he's a late bloomer. A few Olympics. About Hearts. Look at his rise. At Hearts, he's now Ghana's national team number 1 goalkeeper, Black Star level. That is big pride for us. Then kind of last time Hearts of Folk would hit their chest as a club, say Ghana national team. Yes,
since Samir.
It will go. And I make as a main kind of last.
Did Philemon McCarthy get call up?
Yes,
McCarthy he got,
but he was never a number 1.
Richard Atta, never an opportunity. But this time I had one more bragging rights. Goalkeeper, Black Star number 1. So that alone has even projected Hearts to another pedestal, and it's good. It's good.
Right.
I'm happy for Benjamin. I say, I'm money is candy. A branch and a bread.
Charlie, and I'm sure this contract extension is covered, but if you give him money, Salah we are sitting, the time we need money,
more money. I mean, the manager no or Kasabebre.
Oh, me there.
Oh, Japan say,
Djibouti, yeah, the player.
What's it then?
Or so prior to him signing for us of folk. When you deal with Djibouti,
well, maybe you already see. Can let's get him more.
Djibouti,
but we've seen Ghanaian players go.
Let's get
Djibouti, Somalia.
Or Djibouti and go new opportunity.
No, after the Black Stars call up. You say I want be.
Was it Black Stars?
Was it prior to
the Black Stars?
I think so.
Prior to Djibouti for Madrid.
Signing a hand. Niggas say after Black Stars here, Bali or Costa Rica.
Djibouti. Oh, now
after Black Stars call like Djibouti club.
Before House of Folk, they send out the Olympics. The Olympics like normal.
Let's get
now the Olympics no call Djibouti dear. After where you Djibouti them.
Do you know? Can you after say where you
no from where people are saying I'm saying. From the people if it is after Olympics no call Djibouti. That is normal.
Now the country there say sex position. Djibouti.
See
what is that sex position?
Djibouti.
Djibouti they were like.
Maybe I came to a dog in a being.
But director Djibouti no start there anyway. I'm so confused gaga. Then of one sorry na pay.
Djibouti Djibouti.
So said Dean.
I call him
start. I'm cutting myself through.
First thing I want you
Mr. Wodi, on a more serious note, so Oshe Mitiere Kokukana, I agree with him perfectly because imagine a goalkeeper at 32 coming from Great Olympics. Only 3 years and a season now far. How are you going to compensate?
The same people insult them.
Yes, so sometimes management, when they take certain decisions, you might not understand.
Well, but taking one standing by it.
You have to defend the position. So it can work.
Like I'm standing by Madrid to qualify.
That is it, and it can backfire.
My goodness, Mr. Alfredo Kakwaba.
Eriko, meje also.
Why am I so? Alfredo, wait on one wire. Vapor, Maria. On our Djibouti style,
Djibouti style. Oh, sir. Me see it.
Me my dream one. Me we be na wait my boy me.
Say also our nti. Say be our Djibouti style na.
Baby, oh na okoja me koja. Ba na buy nche because Djibouti na current.
Odi amekwa me bisa wife so ni Djibouti dia.
Bisa wife ma me hade. Wa fire ko ana tokro ni mo.
All right, Eriko. Ye ko tokronima last week no dodo na efa sika egu omobotom. Ye the 15 us in the free tokromu ebae. and this was the game. Until on our screen, Ubon game now. Green, no.
Okay.
And that screen. And your first game, then you have Ipswich Town versus Wolves. You pick both teams to score.
Cool.
And I take here, pa. Next game, West Ham Bournemouth. Both teams, pa. Aston Villa, Nottingham Forest, pa. Real Madrid, Arsenal, champion. Valencia, pa. AC Milan, Fiorentina, pa. The man here in the say first half now go in pa.
Like I said, a green as saw.
Green as saw.
15
us. Into do no effort sika den. Egu omu bottom. We ye 100 Ghana we do bonus per betting plus for it me come 2000. And 1008, 1006.
Wow.
Do na first sky die. And this week so we believe say sika ebeba.
Ebeba, yes.
Na ade kese bi ukoso. Dina kan wasem, vin power kan wasem. Me so me ra spiritual realm.
Realm no.
Kaidano no me ra realm no me the correct score drama na boy.
Yes. It's in the room.
You ra when faili.
Okay.
Spiritual realm no. Arsenal Real Madrid. Men down Arsenal Real Madrid be qualify.
Hey.
Obeshe.
Oh you are. Spiritually no.
Spiritually Real Madrid be qualify.
Bien no.
Real Madrid be qualify. Hey, sa game no. So ni my branch na friend Sergio Ramos no. Ye rere mu no Ramos abakam. Ramos bo se camera. See dey make camera beto Ramos.
Stadium ho.
Stadium no ho. Stadium. What dey ti o? Me ma dey be si ni nyina ti. Dey di kan camera beto Ramos o stadium ho. Marcelo or Babi.
Hey. Yes, some mobi.
Omo better me ti Ghana Blaster na sin e kwa kobo e dey asemo Jane Steven mo. Won dey goes ne buy. Sa pepe na buy as. Spirit ne ba. First half. As Nigeria ya be she ne be 2-0.
Cool.
First half as Nigeria ya be she ne 2-0.
Na fere yes any time.
Na second half no, mienu bi asen aba be de ba de, aba be count. As na benya go e bi abe 1 goal bi.
Na no esa ya de no. Kwa 3-1 na.
Kwa 3-1 na. Say see away go bi any ho.
Abi ba na be ko kan Arsenal de no Arsenal kwa 4-3.
Arsenal Arsenal share 3.
Ti Real Madrid 3-1 be ko 4-3 na Arsenal qualify. This Real Madrid bought 4-5.
Now bought 4. Make us say me so first half 2, second half 2. I was say, hey Rico, hey, any mistake, MOB nko mistake.
Extra time.
Straightforward. We are then Real Madrid be then. Ebe qualify.
Fameko.
Rico in the games no. Emu da ho. And also both team to score.
Just the last week, you genuine winning team. Yes. The last week, say both team to score a body. Okay.
Obia Adrian for relegation, Obi Super Champions League body. Amonsha mo me enko. Borussia Mönchengladbach on 5 back. Both team to score.
Cool.
Into your both team na no waje so ofie both team to score. Bayern Munich Dortmund.
Both team to score.
Arsenal Brentford.
Both team to score.
Atlanta Bologna.
Both team to score.
Osasuna Girona.
Both team to score.
Lazio Roma, AS Roma.
Both team to score.
21 or 4-4.
Manchester so no so.
And also.
Fameko through you.
Mönchengladbach 5 back.
Both team to score.
Bayern Munich Dortmund.
Both team to score.
Arsenal Brentford.
Both team to score.
Atlanta Bologna.
Both team to score.
Osasuna Girona.
Both team to score.
Lazio Roma, AS Roma. Both team to score.
Oh, we're live on Adom TV. So mje. I have Betway. 1AE. Gafred di mami anem de shemo.
No.
1AE. Your capital letter so. F4E53. 1AE. F4E53. Oh yeah, okay. Last week we did this week so Boshe Betway, Betway patrol, Betway. 1AE F4E53. Na ke second bia so no. What me this kid go. After 21 odds.
21 odds. Very good. 21 odds.
Empire na edwa.
Empire. And on the game no minim cities wa chance ya.
City ni about what
both team to score bebo.
Hey! Both team to score bebo. Both team to score.
Gasha City mienu.
Guys, last West Nyanko Vision as of Pekwa Nyanko.
Vision for ne kasado. Has say has ko mo ye din.
Omo kasado do.
As for ne say omo corner Vision for ne ye din. Eriko. Say omo ye din. Ba ma minchia Pap Solo. Of Pap Solo fashion.
My God.
Mensa or show. Or kotokoni.
Kotokoso.
Bobby promo.
Hey! Kotoko Bechim. Wow.
Bobby
Ghana Premier League is on Vision. How's it for?
Has will beat Vision. And when him say
Hey, Vision is the first 25 minutes that goes now.
When him say Shamoko Chrome no more kono. Since I Shamoko who in a house of form ball tema. This is the first time has Tema New Town. Shamoko is from Tema New Town.
Okay, okay, Tema there, Mr.
Tema New Town. So this is the first time House of Folk called Tema New Town.
Okay, because now and I use na Tema Youth.
Tema Youth, about no more. Honey, you come to one.
Interlies, yeah.
New Town, the official area. So House will win that game. Kotoko against Bechem United. Very difficult game for Kotoko. But I think they stand a chance to win that game because they are playing at home. And yet this time they be determine who is going to win the league. I think say Yokoye Nima because Kotoko is going to play against House of Folk.
Correct.
Accra, a crucial game. And Kotoko will play against Bebieni Go Stars or Bebieni. Another crucial game. Bebieni Go Stars will travel to Brekum to play Brekum Chelsea. They will go to Bechem to play Bechem United. These are the games that determine who's going to win the game. For we can win the league, we can win there. I think Kotoko will win. House of Folk will also carry a win.
Wow.
Bebieni Go Stars or Young Apostles.
That's how the Lions take Okakra. The Lions.
Lions, no.
Sorry, Brekum Chelsea.
Yeah, me say na Lions.
Yes, Fafishers no sign goes to my. Fafishers no goes to my.
Me say na start season way. Heart of Lions for because of Mobile League no. Last season they avoided relegation.
Yeah.
Eka de nkomo ko. Ayi be fire no. Coach Bash.
Lions will break home.
Yes.
Coach Bash, yes.
Yes, Coach Bash be fire no. Ena ema o maintaining on Premier League status the ma and this season they've done very well. At the point to cry no man for so omo bet imagine league no near there. It's difficult. No, they cannot win the league. The league is between Bebieni Go Stars and Asante Kotoko.
League kind of cry and Lions shouldn't be in this season.
I'm the biggest one fair is on, yes, on the 19th of April 2025 at Triple Hill, Patasi Village. Wager Chase. Wager Bien Chase. And one, the biggest fan fair, no, a bus for 100 cities. Buffet in this swimming, out to say yes, and Kwakushia at the biggest fan fair, 19th of April 2025. At Triple Hill, Patasi Village. Wager choice. It is 100 cities there. Catch your mommy, say 100 there. Daddy, I want to go to the biggest fan fair, 19th. Oh, Apata said, Mommy will give you money. Then you come. Okay? Yes. Mustafa Ajidin, Vapor Kwasari, Mr. Fredaka, many on the DJ and Adom TV. So, sorry, director. Filippo 2AK47, I am producer. And I read a game on eyebrow, yes, Accra Lions and Bashaka Holy Stars in the Empire. Now, this is our feature game for the day. We're feeling Adom TV. So Adom TV then come on. And here baby, had it. And that's no Adom TV the Ghana Premier League now, bro. Come on. And then Latula Ejinemu, Accra Lions and Bashake. Yan Wakai at the Nankasaka Kijuan Wamame. And the end that's what is a feature game. Accra Lions, Basek, Holy Stars. Kejuan Kasaniara Kasidu Wadinamia, Tomna, Tumbe, and Tomuya. Next week, Bibia, nice against Easter. Yeah, Baba, but this is Sansu, I've been doing your co. Abia, show me if you go now, bro. Bye bye.